Blessings.
Hey man, how you doing?
Good, good. And you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah, I just want to apologize and say sorry to any viewers that got suddenly cut off
Mm-hmm.
um, from the last Tourmaline video, part one. It was just too many technical difficulties, and so
Because I can't
it
fit
was
a on top of my car, so.
exactly. So we just had to kind of let it be for now. But we're back once again. We're gonna continue talking about the majestic Tourmaline.
The majestic tourmaline.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
So before we got cut off, my question to you was, besides black tourmaline, have you worked with other colors of black have you worked with other colors of tourmaline before?
No. No, that was gonna be my very long-awaited answer to that question is no, I haven't. I
Gotcha.
I like see I've been in the presence of and like I've held very quickly, but it's like the only tourmaline that I ever felt directly attracted to or called to use or like when I'm near it has been black tourmaline because it's just been a magical stone to me. Like it has
Mhm.
all the properties necessary for me. Like it just is the go-to stone for me when I need something as far as tourmaline goes. But like I've been seeing watermelon tourmaline everywhere. Like someone really close to me in my life is obsessed with watermelon tourmaline, so I have no choice but to see it everywhere. I'm just like, ah. And then I'm seeing like, tanzanite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like I see that like royal blue color of tanzanite, but in tourmaline, and
Mm,
I like that kind of color, like kind of like the inclusion of the tourmaline that you showed me with the blue and purple on top. Like
yeah.
I like that color. If I've been seeing, was it might have been just like green tourmaline or blue tourmaline, red tourmaline. I
Mhm.
don't know. Just black's just always been like it's not because of like how you ask someone like what's their favorite Pink Floyd album and they'll automatically go Dark Side of the Moon, and it's like you want to say that that is genuinely your favorite album, but you don't want to say it because everybody says it just because they want to hop
Like
on the
it's so cliche.
yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
not
I
trying
know what you
to be
mean.
that it genuinely is that for me, and I'm
Yeah.
not trying to say it just because everybody else says it. You know.
Right, right. Nice. Yeah, I've worked with as you've seen, I showed you before the citrine, the natural citrine with the green tourmaline. Like when I saw that, I immediately thought of manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
manifestation, abundance, just that green color kind of like for me signified like growth, abundance, fertility, just that really productivity aspect
Mm.
paired with the citrine. And whenever a crystal, I really like crystals with a lot of inclusions. Whenever I see things that are paired together, to me, it not only says that these two types of minerals go together well, but it also says that literally these two or three or four, whatever minerals, chose to pair their consciousness as one
Yeah.
and come together literally like these pieces of whatever, whether it's tourmaline and quartz or tourmaline and um, citrine or whatever, it's they chose to come into manifestation together. Therefore, in my mind, at least for me, they're going to work perfectly in harmony with each other because otherwise they wouldn't have grown together.
Mm-hmm.
They're compatible. So yeah, that to me, that's what that color signified for me. And like, there's pink tourmaline, red tourmaline. There's like rubellite. There's other names for some of the tourmalines.
Mm. So when you
Um,
see, do you just think of manifestation like green money, green like wealth and stuff like that?
did you say green or green tourmaline?
Green tourmaline. Well, I mean, like it could be green in general, but like,
Um, yeah. So when I see green, I typically think of fertility. For me, fertility. I think of heart chakra. I think of abundance. To me,
mm-hmm,
green is an abundance color as well as like the typical yellow or gold with the citrine and the rather the solar plexus chakra.
yeah,
Um, I think of green as abundance too for me.
mm.
Um, and so to have found that together was like wow, what a combo, what a
Oh
pair.
yeah.
So
Oh, it's funny because like manifestation, like as important as it is to have that willpower drive from like the
Yeah,
strength, you also got to have it from the heart, which is the leader of all passion and all will, and like
exactly.
beyond strength.
Yeah, and so that was
Slurping over.
really
Sorry.
that was really special to me, and I worked with like pink tourmaline before. To me, and this might just be, you know, like a color thing or bias, but to me, the lighter pink tourmalines have way more of a gentler energy than the deeper, darker pink tourmalines, the rubelites.
Yeah.
And there's even like lavender tourmaline where it's like this wispy pink, almost like a powdery pink. Yeah, powdery pink color. That to me has like a really kind of soothing, gentle energy.
Mm.
Um, I kind of think that way about um, lithium quartz.
I love lithium quartz, man.
Lithium quartz to me has a really that same sort of gentle, cradling
mm.
energy. Rose quartz has it too, but it's just a different type. It's
Like,
almost like if you knew a couple of sweet, gentle, caring people in your life, but they're just different
yeah,
people. It's kind
yeah,
of like that for
yeah.
me.
It's funny because like so many people would go like, I need some love, or like, I'm gonna use rose quartz, or like me and my friend, we were like gonna go enter each other's dreams and go astral project together, and she was like, get my rose quartz, get your rose quartz. I'm like, that rose quartz isn't my stone for that. I'm gonna get my lithium quartz. Like
There you
lithium
go. You see,
always
that's it.
stone for me.
Exactly. You work with what works and calls for you the way it calls for you. And you'll
Mm.
have the best luck almost always with that, using that frame of mind with crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Just use it the way your body and your soul is telling you to use it, and the crystal is offering itself to you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, tourmaline. It's so funny because I know someone who has a crystal shop, and I don't know how they did it, but they got and I'll show you this, and this is real. I kid you not that they have a giant tourmaline in their shop that must weigh like 4 or 5 or 600 pounds.
You shit.
It's a black tourmaline, yeah.
Yeah, break me
I'm
off a
gonna
piece.
show it to you. It looks so amazing and just alien and amazing and just
Is,
beautiful.
is it like a cluster-ish, or is it just like a bunch of like jet? Oh, it's a cluster.
It's kind of a cluster. It's not like a perfect cluster.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a mass cluster. It's kind of like a cross between a mass, a black tourmaline mass,
Mm-hmm.
and a black tourmaline cluster. When I'll see if I can find the picture and show, and I'll send it to you and show it to you.
I cannot fucking wait to see that. You know I'm gonna like jizz.
Yeah. So yeah, tourmaline. It was one of my first crystals. That and a clear quartz
It's funny
from
because
the crystal shop.
it's such a like everybody's like one of everybody's first. You know, it's like gonna get clear quartz. You're gonna get all the chakra stones or like the chakra
Right.
bag, a little piece of black tourmaline in there. They're like, oh cool, it's a grounding stone. Like it's funny how in the crystal community they've made up the basics like beginner, intermediate, expert as far as crystals go, but
Yeah.
it's just like I just like picked up my black tourmaline. I looked at it, I'm like, nah, you're gonna transcend this with me. Like I'm taking you. you know?
And you know what? And speaking of, this just came to mind. You know how some people say, "Oh yeah, you know, when you get your crystals, you cleanse them and then you program them."
Mm-hmm.
I don't program mine. What I do though is I ask it and let it know that I'm open to know and learn you and learn what you how you want to work with me. Please
Yes.
show me.
Yes. You don't tell them to do shit because
Right.
it's like at bringing your friend over, and then they're like, okay, so what do you want to do today? You want to make some food, and then you just put a collar on them and hold a leash and be like, all right, make my food, bitch.
Right. Pretty
Like you know,
much.
like what,
That
like what?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I always let it know that I'm open and willing to learn and grow and teach me what it is, what kind of consciousness lesson or whatever. I'm open to learn from you. Teach me,
Mm,
basically. And
exactly.
I think that open mind and open heart is something that again will have will yield the best success with crystals.
Yeah,
For
I
me, at least. Not everyone's the same, and I don't want to go saying, "Oh, you're wrong if you don't do this," or "You're right if you do this." It's just my way, my own suggestion, my own thing. You know what I mean? So.
mean, yeah, I made a video a little bit ago about manifesting with citrine, and I was like,
Mm.
when you manifest with citrine, do you just hold it in your hand and say, I manifest, I do this, I manifest, I do this, and do you not connect to the spirit that is living inside this living
Mhm.
thing right now that you're holding in your hand and saying, what is your name? Where do you come from?
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
is your intention with me? Are you of divine or do you have other intentions? Are you going to help me manifest? Would you like to help me manifest, etc., etc.? Rather than taking for granted that's a living thing at all. I have a yellow rock. I want to do this, you know?
Yeah. And like you said, the black tourmaline cluster has been manifesting for you.
Mm-hmm. It
So.
like because well, it's funny because when I said that I said meditation, you thought I said manifestation, but I was like, well, I do use it to manifest actually because I'll be holding it and I'll be most in tune with what's going on in my body when I have black tourmaline because I was
Nice.
so like it was so hard for me to be grounded, and I found out later it was because I was afraid to be grounded because I had things in my root chakra that I had to face, which is why I did a 3 month root chakra meditation, and I'll probably go back because there's more that I'm running from. Like we all
Mm-hmm.
have subconscious things that are layered in there. But I found out like one of the reasons why I was wearing so many fucking third eye crystals and throat chakra crystals and crown chakra crystals because I didn't want to be grounded. And so the days where I would be wearing nothing but my black tourmaline or nothing but my tektite, like it was days where I was like, okay, I need to feel what's going on in my body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here living in this body to experience ego, so I need to be in here, right? And then I'm realizing that the more I'm grounded, no matter whether I'm using citrine or not, no matter whether I'm manifesting, writing it all down on paper or not, I'm only ever going to get the best out of manifesting if I have a grounding stone on me, especially black tourmaline, just because it resonates with me so much. But like, I can visualize the physical aspect of it because you need spiritual as well, and it's important to have that like willpower, like solar plexus. But even if I had absolutely nothing but black tourmaline and moldavite, which I love pairing together, for example, but I'll just be like, all right, I'm in my body. I can see everything I'm doing. So now I can bring in that extra other dimensionally charged energy and start manifesting stuff. And that's why I feel like it goes back to me so much.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Do you ever keep a black tourmaline under your car seat?
I keep it right next to it, actually. Like the little console right in between the seats.
Got
That
you.
that huge mass slab is. It's literally just like sitting on there. It's like perfectly sized. It's like a little like shelf for it. I didn't even need to make anything for it. It just sits there all day. It's in there
Nice.
right. So I sleep with it right next to me.
Nice. Yeah, tourmaline. It's definitely. I guess you can look at it like a staple crystal. For crystal healing and crystal work and grids and that sort of thing.
The good thing is like if anybody's open to it being of greater energy than people give it credit for, then it's really easy to get.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's relatively easy to get and it doesn't cost a ton of money, even though I am seeing where prices are tending to be increasing. I would say the prices. I mean, but that might be just everything. I guess you know what I mean.
Hey,
Especially. Mhm.
I don't want to add to the bustle of people trying to get it before me, but Pedro's Brazil is always listing bulk lots of
Yep.
giant black tourmaline
Yep.
slabs. They offered about 20 of them, all the size or a little bit smaller of the one that I have in my car that I showed in the last video for 125
Mhm.
bucks. Like
Wow.
literally, like I don't want to add more people because I'm always trying to get them and they're always sold out before I can get one. But
Yeah.
like if anybody watching this wants one, pedrosbrazil.com. I'm telling you. We both love them.
Oh yeah. 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 So yeah, I mean, yeah, you can find it relatively easy, and it's not one that people would fake because it's so abundant.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say it's pretty safe wherever you can find black tourmaline to get it.
No, seriously, if someone tried to fake black tourmaline, I'd be like, "But you couldn't spend $5."
Yeah, it's
So
so
poor.
abundant. It's so, you know what I mean. I don't think they would, because there are some minerals that are faked on the market now that if you're not a really experienced crystal collector or someone who works with crystals,
Mm-hmm.
you could be duped. But not black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is not one of those. Um, so I would say it's pretty safe to get online or whatnot.
It's very safe.
The only thing I will say is it's a little tricky when it comes to polished black tourmaline because if you polish three different types of black stones, it's almost impossible with the naked eye to tell the difference between all three.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's very true.
so that's the only thing, if your preference is polished stones or if that's what's most and easily, yeah, excuse me. It's been a long day.
It's okay.
If that's what's easiest to get for you, then um that's different. But
Yeah.
yeah, black tourmalines, it's readily available and not hard to get a hold of.
What I would recommend as far as like the small ones, like if you're looking for like beads or you're looking for small polish, like it's one thing if you want tumbled black tourmaline for, like a grid or something, but even some of the tumbled black tourmalines, they're polished, but not enough, like just a little unpolished enough for you to tell it's black tourmaline.
Yeah,
Like look for those, like you'll know what I'm talking about. It might have a couple of the quartz or pyrite inclusions,
yeah.
but or maybe even some selenite in it. I was looking at it the other day, and like remember how you said like you have the tourmaline wrapped selenite? I think there's actually some selenite in that lit brick I have. But
Selenite doesn't grow with black tourmaline though.
I thought you said you had the tourmaline wrapped selenite.
No, I said I have black tourmaline surrounding my selenite log.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like a grid basically with the big log, the selenite log as the centerpiece. Excuse me.
Oh, I understand now. Okay.
And the only other thing that I had, well, I do have different crystal pieces that have tourmaline growing in it, but I had a rose quartz that had tourmaline, a big huge tourmaline like that growing out of it
Okay. Then it must just be clear quartz then. That's on my brick.
on the brick. Um
Yeah, the big slab I have.
okay, yeah. Okay, got you. Okay, I thought you were referring to one of my crystals. I'm like the brick.
what,
Oh,
what,
yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah. Or it could be calcite too, but it's probably quartz.
mm-hmm.
I know like when you see the shiny stuff and it's flat, that's mica growing on
Mm-hmm.
black tourmaline. Um, so yeah, black tourmaline, like I said before, it's a really social mineral. It tends to like to grow with other things, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see it with a few different types of stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So something to look out for.
Well, it's a really beautiful thing. It'll grow with you on your entire spiritual journey. Like, there's not like one step that you'll take that you cannot bring this with you.
Right.
Like, we're how affordable it is, how easy to get, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, it's great if you want like ground and like grids and stuff." But like, I've never like found something as spiritual as tourmaline. And
Nice.
oh yeah, I was talking about beads. If you find like, hang on, let me flip the camera so I can make sure I'm getting this. So you see that little thing popping off of that, like what we call the clusters for the squirrel.
Yep.
You can get little individual pieces like this,
Oh yeah.
and that will be a bead. Or these, like it looks like a mass, except it's like the size of this moldavite, or maybe smaller. You
Right.
know?
Like a chunk. Yep.
Yeah, and you can just like drill a little hole in it, make it like a nice raw necklace, raw bracelet.
Yep.
And there's nothing like crystal in its raw form, because it's like I think it's more beautiful. I've
Yes.
never
I
rolled
feel
with.
the same way. That's definitely my preference is uncarved, unpolished.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's uncleansed, I don't care. I love it. I love it. I love it because to me, and this is again my personal opinion, I feel like it has its natural essence when it's unpolished. You know what I mean? It's not tampered with. And the other thing is, where its axes are because, so like, let's say a quartz point. If you polish it into a sphere,
Mm-hmm.
tech, they say, the energy kind of goes like this all the way around like a loop. It loops from the top and enters in through the other pole. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do know that clear quartz points, the axis and the direction of the energy is facing and going along with the center of the point in the direction of the point. That's just a natural thing that happens. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's my reasoning. So some of my reasoning of why I prefer raw and polished crystals as much as possible. They don't need it. They don't need the. To me, they don't need the extra, polishing and cuts and stuff.
True. Yeah.
Your camera's off. I don't know if you're doing. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was just trying to get someone near me to bring me a phone charger because it's about to die. Hold up.
Got you.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to walk through the house. So I might just
Got
mute
you.
my. If you want to just say something else, I'm just gonna mute my microphone and walk through to get a charger.
Okay. Yep. So yeah. So yeah, black tourmaline is a really good stone to work with. Just try it out. I suggest anyone who hasn't worked with black tourmaline, if it calls to you, definitely get it. It's not expensive, like we said. It's pretty easy to get a hold of. Um, and it comes in so many cool colors: uh, red, pink, green, black, even almost like a clearish color, even like almost like a lavender color. Um, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, like it wasn't just like because there was something else I wanted to say. Like I was talking about how it's great for meditation, it's great for manifestation. Let me grab it. Honestly, another thing that really stood out to me about it, how like, how do I explain this? Like it has like almost like a witchy vibe to it. Like you know how like
Yeah.
you're attracted to the color. Like if like many stereotypical crafters are like attracted to black colors, you know, and
Right.
like darker colors. And I don't know if it's like just because it's black or a darker color, but
Mhm.
something about because like black kyanite always struck me like that. You know, like whenever I have black kyanite, which I had to stop keeping black kyanite with me because I love my moldavite in my pocket so much, and black kyanite and moldavite just don't go together for me. Like it's
Wow.
just can't
It's
pull off.
good that you know that though. That's good stuff to know for you.
Well, you know,
See,
I'll
I
know.
might try that and it'd be a perfect match for me just because it's different
Mhm.
energy flow.
Yeah, it's
Good
just
job.
like yeah, like you know the feeling when like a pairing just doesn't go. Like what's a pairing that you just
It's
can't
just
do?
off.
Yeah.
Something's off.
Yeah, so like, but I knew that I needed grounding, and I loved the way that black kyanite felt as a grounding stone because it's like a completely different energy, and I would like it changes your aura to the point where your personality is almost a little different as long as you have a different energy in your aura based on
Right.
the crystals you carry with you. But eventually, like I was like, I love my grounded personality better with the black tourmaline. So and it goes so well with the moldavite. It's just such a smooth like interaction of the energy. Like they're just like cycling. Like you like are you like visual with the energy?
What do you explain what you mean?
Like whether you can see it in your third eye or you can just intuitively feel where it's going. You can see how the
I
bring it
would
out.
say I would say I'm more of an intuitive person when it comes to that sort of thing.
But
I
either
just kind of like
way,
feel it out, and if it just seems off and that feeling won't shake,
mm-hmm.
then I just start rearranging or you know regrouping whatever I'm putting together or whatever the case is. So
Mm.
I would say intuitive.
Because like for example, right here, like I'm looking at the moldavite and black tourmaline right here next to each other.
Yeah.
And like whether I see it with my third eye or not, I can feel like the energy being passed from one to the other as a pair. And it's just like smooth. Now, if I were to have the kyanite right here, and I don't know if it's just between them as the crystals that I owned, maybe they didn't like each other. But if I put them in my aura and it was interacting with my energy field, it would be like staticky, like freaking like zzz, you know what I mean? Like it's like get away.
Got you. Now, have you ever paired black kyanite and black tourmaline?
Yes, I fucking love. I remember when I first was wearing them together, and I made like a necklace with 3 huge black kyanites, and I was like, I can't wait till the next time I go to this crystal shop so I can get all this black tourmaline. Oh shit! I forgot that this was my plan, but I wanted to make like you know this mala necklace that I wear with like covered in the Korean beads.
Yep.
I wanted to make something this size with raw black kyanites and raw tourmaline,
Ooh.
the size of this, just way
Wow.
neck, like,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
and it would be the biggest tourmaline would be the centerpiece with
You
hanging.
had that big pendant like this big with all the other minerals that I saw recently. It was like,
Shit.
it's awesome. It's like power pack, like everything. Like,
Mm. Yeah,
yeah.
eventually that I'm gonna put on a mala necklace. Oh, you know what I should do because I need grounding. So what if I just made the rope around that instead of putting mala beads on it? I put black tourmaline and black cyanide on that,
That could work.
and
Especially if you like the feeling of it.
mm-hmm.
I would say definitely try it out. See how it feels to you. Yeah. I would say pair up. Like, don't be afraid. Not that you are anything, but even just to the viewers out there, like, don't be afraid to pair up like random crystals
Mm-hmm.
and just keep track of how you feel as you're working with them. Like, pair something and see how it feels, or pair 3 things and see how it feels.
What's an example I have right now? Because I have a lot of
Yeah.
crystals on me right now.
And I suggest you guys keep a little diary or like a little crystal journal just to see what works for you and
Mm.
what it does for you. Yeah, that should be fun.
What do I have right
Fun
now?
little experiment.
In the same pocket, actually, I didn't even realize I had this pairing going on, but I had my Moldavite and my Rainbow Moonstone.
Oh wow, that's a different pair.
I've never done that before. I guess I just did it by accident, but I was like,
Huh.
I like what's going on in my pocket right now.
That's interesting. Rainbow Moonstone and Moldavite.
hmm it's a nice little raw moonstone too, because like everybody always has to get the tumbled moonstone. I'm like, fuck no.
If you're really into Moonstone, I have some really big ones like this. Raw
Push
one.
it. I love your moonstone. That huge moonstone that you showed me. I was like,
Oh yeah, it's like 30 something pounds. It's huge. It's
damn.
bigger than my head.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. But yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, you know what? That might not work though because the black kyanite and there's a moldavite on that pendant. We'll
Uh
see what happens. I'm gonna have to ask the kyanite. I'm gonna be like, "Are you okay with this? And will you not fuck my day up?" Man, but I was talking about how the black kyanite's kind of like a witchy vibe for me.
yeah.
It really puts me in a witchy vibe to have black kyanite on. It makes me feel like I'm gonna like go all like um ritualistic. Like I'm gonna open up a book and pretend that I'm in the 18th century because I want to do it old school.
Wow.
But then like black tourmaline, I'm just like go out into nature, don't bring my cell phone with me, stand barefoot on the ground and just be with the ebb and flow of the wind. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it's completely different vibes. Like black kyanite makes me feel like I can fit into society and not give a fuck about it and still do what I'm doing. And black tourmaline's like, no, go out into the woods and be a barefoot hippie.
Wow. I'm just literally right now. That's another thing I'm really into is crystal tools like wands.
hmm
I'm thinking about you describing this a wand with the shaft made out of a long black tourmaline,
hmm
and the point would be like the spray of the black kyanite with wrapped in copper.
Are you thinking
And
like full kyanites or just like a huge fan of flat kyanite on the end?
no. One huge fan of kyanite on the end, and then I don't know why, but I'm also seeing a point of a little Herkimer diamond in there too.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that sounds really powerful.
I might
See,
have to
those are the kind of combinations I like to play around and to see like what happens. And
Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna send you someone's Instagram that I think you'd really appreciate. Then she makes some custom crystal wands all day.
Oh, maybe we might
All
already be friends, but
in Castle.
oh yeah, Susan Tooker. I know her.
Freaking hell, dude! I love her
She's
page.
amazing. She really goes in. Her pieces are like professional grade, museum status. Like literally, they could be
Everything's
used in like
creep.
a movie prop, as a movie prop in a movie or something like that. It's amazing.
Like also her crystal ball glass case.
Oh yeah. She,
Everything she makes comes out of like
yes.
a dream.
She's like a professional. Like yeah, it's yeah. If you guys ever want to check out some really like
Check
out
her
there
out,
ones,
please.
check out Susan Tooker,
Like I
Spinning
just stalk her
Castle.
page low key. I don't even think she knows who I am. I've like sent her a couple messages, been like, "Yo, I love your page. Your work
Yeah.
is beautiful." I don't know if she's seen it or not. I don't know if she cares, but I will just literally take like an hour and just scroll through all her posts. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. She's more of like the, I guess her style of wand though, or her style of item generally, from what I've seen, it's more like the traditional pagan style with the wood or the bone and that sort of thing.
mhm.
Um,
A
I've
lot of
kind
people
of
are afraid of
gotten
that, but honestly, I'm glad that she embraces it because she brings the new age level to the old age and
right.
helps them meet in the middle in such a way that just works so well.
It's perfect the way she does it. I agree. Um, I don't know. I used to be more into that kind of wand, but as of late in life, I guess you could say, I'm more into wands that are completely or mostly made up of crystal or different combinations of crystals because I feel like it's more, I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know, it just resonates with me
Hmm.
more so now, especially for use, for if I'm using it for something or if I'm intending to use it for something. Um, yeah, because it's like different crystals coming together, different energies coming together um, to make one outcome or something like that.
I
And
have.
again, I just go based on how I feel.
Mhm.
I'll pair different crystals together. I like laser wands, that sort of
Oh
thing.
yeah. Yeah, I have two things I use as wands, and they're not wood. They don't have any wood on them. They don't have any metal on them. They're
Mhm.
literally just crystals in the
Yeah.
shape of. I have. You saw the blue kyanite wand I got.
Yes, that's amazing.
I used that, and I use the lithium quartz wand, and that's it. And I
Ooh,
don't. I don't need anything special from it. And people be like, I went up to a tree, and I asked its permission to take a branch, and I
right,
did.
right.
But I'm like, I have a crystal, and it's long, and I use it as a wand.
That's it. And
That's it.
crystals, a lot of crystals and minerals transfer or charge or conduct rather. They have really good conductivity properties. So
I just got a little
you're
chilly.
okay there?
I got a little chilly.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, black tourmaline and kyanite Herkimer.
Yeah, this was a good video, right?
Holy shit, man. That's a beautiful idea.
Yeah, you should try it. Like, I would
Oh, I
strategically
will.
place the little Herkimer diamond
Hmm.
in the spray, like kind of nestled in the little points of the spray of the black kyanite.
Talk about on the end or like on the side.
Yeah, and then attach that somehow with preferably copper wire, as long as it's secure.
You know what?
Oh,
I'll make it custom for you and I'll send it over to you. And then I'll make,
oh shit, that'd be awesome.
you know,
Another way
do
you
it.
could
You
do
know
it.
I'm going to do it.
Another way you could do it too, and I want to get into this. I want to learn how to do this. Are you into electroforming?
Electroforming. I don't know what that is.
Okay, have you ever seen these like pendants and stuff? It'll be like dangling, but then it'll look like the metal
Oh,
melded
yeah.
onto the crystal.
That was my first tourmaline necklace the day I got my black tourmaline for the first time.
That's called electroforming. They sell little kits that do that. It's like, and there's tutorials on YouTube, and it's basically like forming it first, and then you put some powder, and then you put it in liquid, and it has a charge, and then you take it out, and it's already formed.
Oh,
It
wow.
kind of binds with the crystal.
That would be a good way to make the wand.
Yes, because I don't think with the spray and everything, I just don't think that would be secure physically.
I would have just wrapped it. I would have like done a really elaborate wire wrap to hold it all together.
You could do that. The spray, I think, would have to be really narrow though, more of a shard of like kyanite, not really like a full spray, because then the points I'm fearing would snap off easily.
Do you follow Kyanite King?
No, I don't know who that is.
He's my kyanite plug. He has trays and trays and trays.
Wow.
I never saw ocean kyanite in person.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like this deep, crisp blue.
Until I found him.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna check him out.
But like, if you want that, just tell him, John, like he knows who I am, Appetite for Spirit. Just be like, yo, he's making me a custom wand, so I'm gonna pick out what I want, and then tell him which ones, and he'll order it.
Wow, that's awesome.
All right,
I'm gonna check him out. So Kyanite King on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And awesome. Just tell him Appetite for Spirit told me to pick out crystals for my wand, and then send him which ones he's gonna order.
Okay, awesome. Oh shit.
You can find a Herkimer somewhere, unless you want me to go out and find a Herkimer for you. But
nah, you gotta find Herkimers in Herkimer, New York, in Herkimer County.
No, I mean like if you want like a Herkimer in like a particular Herkimer for me to get, like.
I'm not picky. I would. You know what? I would trust you to deal to make it.
All right, I'll get one from IVC for you. All right.
That sounds like a super like. Wow. Dude, that'd be really cool.
That's gonna be exciting, because then if it turns out amazing, and then you tell me how well it worked for you, then I'll make one for myself too.
Yeah.
Maybe put a moldavite on it, because I just got 4 new raw moldavites from that candle. Like I told you, I got.
Yeah.
They got buried underneath the wax, and I couldn't get
to
dig them the fuck out. But
you know what someone else does? There's someone I know that they take little laser points that are about this big, but with really super sharp termination. And so what they do is they take the two blunt ends facing each other, and they'll put another mineral in the middle. So basically it's like a double wand, and they electroform the middle crystal with the two lasers. So it's basically like a double pointed wand.
Hey,
it looks amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love things like that. It's like a little Dom two-handled pipe.
Yeah. It's awesome. So wands, crystals, oh man. It just never gets old, and it's so many different combinations and energies. It's the perfect thing. I don't know.
This is awesome, because I'm just sitting here like in cross-legged while I'm talking to you, and I got my moldavite on that one. I got tourmaline right there. Got my carnelian right here.
Nice.
Yo, have you ever found raw carnelian before?
Raw carnelian, I've seen it. I actually have carnelian, but mine are polished.
Yeah, mine's polished too, because I have never, like, I've seen it online. I mean, I haven't even seen it.
It just looks like a reddish, kind of rough stone. I guess it's not as pretty as the polished one, but I would definitely work with a raw piece. That's fine with me. I prefer raw crystals any day over, the polished stuff, but it's all good.
Cool. Oh, yo, time for me to go. I got something I need to do, but yo, this was an amazing video, bro.
Definitely. Oh man, part 2.
This was a hard part too. Like, look at how hard we went. This is awesome.
I know, almost 40 minutes.
Almost 50, bro.
Oh, I'm seeing 40. Well, either way, it's all good.
Yo, this was so much fun. I can't wait for the next one. I cannot wait for the next one.
It's gonna be fire. But anyway, blessings, everyone.
Don't forget to pick out your crystals.
Yes, Kyanite King on Instagram. I'm gonna friend him.
Send him a little DM. Be like, hey, John sent me over.
Definitely. Well, thank you everyone for watching once again. Stay tuned for more crystal awesomeness and other little cool topics. If you have any questions for us or comments or anything like that, definitely leave it down below. We do check and respond to messages.
We've been loving the feedback. Thank you so much for everybody
Thank you.
enjoying our
Thank
video.
you. Blessings. Blessings. Blessings.
I'm so glad we're impacting people, and it really makes us feel really good that we're doing something
The
good.
best. Definitely the best.
It's another type of high.
Yeah. Yep. For
All right.
sure.
Peace and love, y'all. And my brother, thank you for talking to me again. And we'll be doing another one of these really soon.
Awesome. Blessings, everyone.
Peace and love, y'all.